Oh, we are live. Shoot, I gotta change that setting. How is everybody tonight? Everyone getting over here all right? Go ahead and manage this bad boy. Who's texting me? Anyone in here yet? No? Still working on it. Okay. You do your thing. Oh, one coming in the bottom. There's the man. Here he is. Great job, bud.
Thanks. We'll
Oh,
just,
there you are. Let me, I'm still getting my life together because, of course, I didn't, hit monetization on this before I posted it. Didn't think about it until I hit live, and I was like, crap, I should probably fix that.
yeah, you might
So,
want to do that.
yeah, this way they can hit me and say that, I got my last live that we did got hit for something inappropriate, and I hit review, and they're like, oh, yeah, no, it's fine. We'll go back to paying you. It's fine. Let's see. I got people. got people. Everyone is hitting me up. So yeah, that's a ton of footage to go through. Like when I edited mine, just editing from my side of it, it was, I mean, a good bit of footage to tell the story how I was trying to tell it. But you telling it all, like the whole thing, man, jeez.
Yeah, I spent all day yesterday finishing that video.
Oh, I bet, yeah. Oh yeah.
I think when I started, the timeline had 3+ hours of content.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was
It,
wild the amount of footage and none of the like I have that camera on my like fat ass belly the whole time and I did none of it's usable. That footage is terrible.
and when you think
Let's
about when we edit a normal video, you just import your footage and it's in the timeline in order. But when I did this, we had everybody's footage, so then it was trying to piece where everything fit in line, and it was
yeah,
insane.
you had to watch it and cuz I ran into a similar thing with that too. You think this video should be here. I actually ended up the whole somebody's footage was a day off in the folders we had set up. Um Yeah, it was a bunch of work. All right, who we got? We got Monster. We'll get you some links out in a little bit, bud. We're gonna try to keep it to the guys from the build for the beginning of it, bud. WTF? What is up there, stupid fast? How you doing, brother? I love that car. What's up, man? How you doing? Good to have you in. And then wait, yeah, in a little bit there, Monster. We'll get you. Don't worry, bud. Figure we'll get the boys in before we go all open mic night and whatnot. Although I don't know if the boys are coming. I think they would be.
So overall, I mean, I spent hours editing that footage, but I'm extremely happy with the way the whole series turned out.
I think like yours shows the full picture, like I was saying, and you really get a feel for the anxiety and the timeline and the straight up just tired. That scene where dudes and I are putting gas in is neither of us are qualified for that job at that particular. You know what I mean? And like there was a definite error of knowing that. Like when I looked at the camera, I don't even remember who's filming that, but when I looked at the camera, I'm just like, why are you here?
Right.
Oh
When I was
man.
editing that part, I was definitely laughing. I was like, I don't know if anybody even really knows what's going on right now.
And I found that when I was watching it tonight with everybody, typing in the chat. There's a couple spots where I just laughed so hard, and I don't know if it carries for people that weren't there. But like for me being there, when I saw some little things, I was like, oh, I forgot of and I start laughing and doing the thing. It was definitely one of those deals where we were tried through that. That's good,
Well,
brother.
yeah,
Glad
I
you're doing
mean,
well.
we probably had what, close to 16 hours maybe that day.
Oh God, that
Like
day
that
was
day was
long.
crazy.
Oh, I didn't realize the Mustang boys were up tonight too. I didn't even look. I just figured we'd do something for after this. Yeah, no, the just go. That day was. It's funny because a lot of us in the confessionals are like, day four's confessional. I know me especially was like, I think we could do it. It could be doable, but more that morning. No, after because I think we got up that morning and we all were kind of getting our shit together at the B and B, and we all kind of talked a little bit. It was just like, ugh. here we
Yeah,
go.
I mean the exhaust was on the ground, the trans was still on the ground because
And
we
getting
didn't
that
have the
trans back
fittings.
in, yeah, with the fittings, and you see all that time with dudes with hammers there doing his thing. Uh, fucking, it's definitely it was a giant pain in the ass, man. It's just
Yeah,
there's no two ways around it.
I thought about chopping some of that out, and I think I chopped some of it, but I wanted that to be a little bit lengthy to realize actually
Yeah,
how.
how
I mean
much?
that was hours of us underneath there
Yes, and that's
messing with that.
day 5. I mean, the nice thing is we were short on parts, and we couldn't really do anything else in that time frame that we were, when we were beating that. But I mean, day 5, we're starting it today, and we're still clearancing firewalls and trans tunnels to get
Right.
it.
And that
It was
trans had already been in a couple times, but without the fittings, you don't know where you're going to have to clearance.
yep, yep. Yeah, it was definitely a pain. And then, like, I love the back and forth with Will and I on, it's going to work, it's not going to work. It's going to, that linkage thing.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, what
Oh,
a
he was,
pain.
yeah, he was so over that, especially when we ended up
Yeah.
being short when we cut it. Oh,
Yep.
he was so pissed at that
Well, and,
point.
and and that was the thing with that because I wasn't involved in that project because I don't know if I was just totally okay. I do know I was completely beat and was just not in the mood for any of those little things that were going on. So I don't even know what I was doing, but I wasn't really contributing because I didn't really need to at that point. And then you guys were like, "It's broke, it's fucked, we're done, it's never gonna work." I was just like, "All right, I'll see what I can do." But yeah, that thing was hot garbage. It's like when you're like, "Did we ever fix that?" I was like, "Yeah, no." The next day, I actually did. I ended up
Yeah.
getting I think it was just like tubing for like airline tubing, and I slid it over the shaft to make it a little bit bigger, and that basically made it like a bushing.
Okay.
And then just put a washer on it and tightened it down. It kind of squished it up a little bit and took up the slop.
Yeah, I remember everything was bolted in, but there was that slop where, like you said, you could shift it between like two
Yeah,
gears.
yeah, yeah. Once I figured out something to put in there and basically take that because my Toyota has a similar. When you pull the shifter out, there's a rubber or not a rubber, like a plastic basket that sits on the ball on the end of the shifter, and that's where you actually get most of your slop and play in there. So guys do a lot of different scumbag things to fix that. And that's where I came up with that idea. I was like, I just gotta take up the slop. We'll be fine.
Yep, and
Yeah,
then all that wiring at the end. I mean, it was like, all right, we're ready to start it, and no,
well, and
we're ready again.
what you don't get a feel for in necessarily your video that you just did, compared to the live stream if you were watching, is there was a lot of time between Pat Paulson. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. How you been? I haven't seen Pat in forever. The old ball pit originator right here. I love that one still. But yeah, there was a lot of time spent trying to figure out why this thing because everything's done, everything's hooked up, everything should be fine. It was just we didn't realize or know the right wires coming off of the out of the fuse box essentially, because
Sure.
we cut out a
Well,
bunch of
and we didn't
time.
have a book for the Volvo, so
No, who was it? We had somebody overseas or somebody that was in the chat
he's
telling
in
us
Canada.
Canadian, yeah,
Harnets, is it?
Harnet's
Harnett.
Garage.
Yep.
Yeah. He was talking us through and actually gave us a bunch of information that we really needed. And that was a guy that if we would have known what we were doing, we would have brought him in on this
Oh, we invited
build.
him. He just couldn't make it.
Oh,
So.
did we invite him? Okay.
Oh yeah, no,
But
no, no. That was like,
you were handling all of that, the
yeah,
logistics behind all of that side of stuff.
And that was cool how many people were on the lives giving us all kinds of advice. I know,
And it wasn't
even
like you guys are
Dan.
idiots and you're doing it wrong. It was constructive. I mean, because they were right. We were idiots and we were doing it wrong. But
what's
it
up,
wasn't all that.
Monster,
You know.
Brailsford, Jason,
Yeah, even
Steve,
Dan
Fast
was,
Truck, what's up,
since he
everybody?
couldn't be there, he was
Hey.
all up in the chats every day helping us with stuff too.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Oh,
Which
here's
he's actually not too far away right now from the actual Volvo. He's visiting his family in Arkansas. He just left today, so
oh, okay. Well, shoot. So Dan might be in your yard fixing the Volvo if you just
Come on.
randomly
I mean, it,
look
it runs and
outside.
drives pretty good. It's just that strut, just nothing there.
Yeah, airbags is what you need.
I do like the look of it. I really do, but yeah, it needs to work.
Yeah.
Something about stopping or going around a corner just doesn't like it.
Well, stopping's meh, and go around corners or yeah.
Well, when you go to stop, it just that plastics is getting eaten up by the tire.
Because the tire. Well, yeah, you could put smaller tires on it.
I could actually have the stock ones that are smaller, but
I can
we'll see that.
honestly say though, I am relieved that the editing for that is all done. Like
Yeah.
Bet.
how much I was dreading finishing it was insane. Now
Mongrels, what's up, brother? Get on in here.
I might go back and
CP, man, come on, you didn't have to. I appreciate it, brother.
I've got a
He
couple
needs the money.
clips from Saturday,
I do need the
and I
money.
might
I'm broke.
throw together a bonus episode for day 6 when you guys got it running and driving.
Yeah,
and
I was
everything.
actually expecting to see that after the confessionals, but yeah, because there is a bit of footage. If you want to see that, go look at Waste of Talent. Just say plug in my video. But no problem, brother. Lifting gets the swamper. Oh, that would. It would ruin
Just driving
everything.
home, ass to mouth. Oh, at the moment, my bad.
I always say that too. I would tell people when you go to the ATM, be like, "I'm gonna go hit the ass to mouth." What did you say?
Have you seen Clerks 2? Come on.
That's probably where I stole it from.
Did you watch Clerks 3?
I have not.
It's got funny parts, but it is not a funny movie.
Yeah. Well, Clerks 2 was not as good as
Funny.
the first one, I would say. It was
Well,
funny.
yeah. But it's a funny movie. The Clerks 3, don't get me wrong, it's funny, but
I'm gonna say
they
you
had
said
an
it's not
actual
funny?
goal in this movie. So
Oh, we're trying to do something with something that was
Yeah.
never trying to do. So I hate it when they do that. Like the
Yeah.
movie is not philosophical. It shouldn't be.
right. Jay and Silent Bob should not be serious characters. But
Yeah. Unless they're seriously getting stoned.
So what's up, dudes?
He's frozen? Oh, yeah.
Took a drink of liquid death, and that was the end.
Oh, there he is.
Hey.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, he's back.
It's back. I don't know what this camera's doing. It's got like this white reflection. Are you seeing that?
I see that. Well, I get a very similar if I get close to the screen. You see, it's your proximity to the big white thing in front of you as he sips his liquid death. Are you going to go and try and be sponsored by Liquid Death now after that video?
I don't know if I could get that sponsorship. They got some big name people these days.
Do they? Midnight, what's up, brother? Welcome in.
You give me echo.
I'm not getting echo.
Okay.
I can hear
Are
a
you getting-
little bit, but not much.
hopefully it's not my laptop.
You look like you're in your PJs in bed, ready to be like done for
Me?
the night. Yeah.
This
I mean,
is a college shirt. Come on, man.
Maybe it's from the way that it's framed. You
I
look
am
like Christmas.
in my bed.
You look like Christmas Eve PJs in bed. Like,
Yeah, so I just paid somebody a lot of money to come close my door into a window down where the garage used to be or whatever. So
oh, okay.
and fix all that was all rotten and stuff. So
Nice.
it's still paint drying stage. So I'm in the bedroom.
Nice. I mean, go where you're comfortable. You can see the disaster area that is everything behind me here.
Looks better than the trailer you were living in. I mean,
It is another trailer, but this is a double wide. The last one was a single
it's a nicer
wide.
trailer.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not
oh
the
yeah.
trailer
No, we are
trash anymore.
moving on up over here. Yes.
Trailer garbage.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that fish should be in that trailer.
I was gonna say, what are you doing, dudes?
So what'd you do to the side by side today?
Oh, that funness. So I'm cruising back to, come hang out with this, and a squirrel pops out of the road. So I, juiced it to swirl around him and roast him with all of the, rocks and whatnot. And the belt said, "We don't work here anymore." And so it popped, and I hear it wrap up, and I shut it off real quick because I was like, "This is
On
bad."
your secondary drive or whatever.
Yeah, the P drive or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna upload the video of it in a little bit? Okay.
So you got to
gonna
do
a short for it.
the clutch as well. Are you going to re-weld it and put the belt back on, or is it just
Oh,
the belt?
the belt just came apart. So I have another belt on the rig, so I just had to get the cover off and whatever. And I pinched my finger.
Oh.
It's
Oh.
pinched. Yeah. Well, And then my wife's like, "Do I have to drive home?" I was like, "No, I'll be fine. I can hold it." But yeah, so we got the new belt on, and just I didn't know how long it was going to take. I had to figure that all out. But I was probably 6-7 miles from the house when it happened. I was like, "Great."
It's a
So
small walk.
you can get what was it? 1,384 miles on a belt apparently, because that's how far that belt made it before I. Now, granted,
Sounds like I should be getting more than that.
Not a
well,
new belt.
it was a brand new belt. It was a brand
Oh.
new. Well, it's a brand new rig, so that's the belt the rig came with.
Yeah,
That's how I know it has
but you don't know how they drove
13.
it before. You don't know how they
Well,
stored
we
it.
know how he drove it.
I was
Yeah.
going to say probably better than I've been driving, because if you see the short we put out just a couple hours ago, that was me beating the crap of it up a hill. This was just a couple hours later, or an hour or so later. Yeah, no, that belt owes me nothing. I've done terrible things and used it not how it should be done, and it's not its fault. That's why there was another one literally on the rig for when that happened. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna play stupid games, you gotta be ready to win stupid prizes. And I like to spin tires.
Sooner or later, you're gonna have to be pulling a small trailer behind it to carry all the parts you're gonna need for what you do to it.
Or I get better parts that don't break. The belt's one of the. It's an aware item. They
If you're
break.
gonna
That's what
beat
they
it
do.
like that, it's gonna break.
Yeah. Which
But that might be a good idea to get you like an overlander trailer, build an overlander trailer. Put
the
behind
problem with an
Small.
overland trailer is the way I drive. A trailer is
You
not
lose
going to work. Yeah.
You could build you a roof rack. Ah,
That's screenshot worthy right there.
Oh, okay, we're back.
We're
no,
not
you're
back.
not. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
back. Apparently, I was gone. So where did I disappear there?
You said, well,
Yeah, Elon.
It was about the roof rack.
Oh, so the roof rack, I'm worried about the center of gravity being too high and rolling it over, because that's the hardest part. Like when I turn it around, it's such a bus, but that's where everyone flips them. You try to like goose it and flip around, and it catches, and then they pop on their side, which I don't want to do either, because that's how you break a lot of things. Oh, you're actually 81 now. Ooh, get it? Yeah. Well, listen, you're behind. You're way behind, because I just hit 83.
100.
100, yeah. Oh no, dudes and I have been talking about this. I'm like 0.1% of what he's got going on up there. And I'm just behind. So that's my goal. As long as I'm beating dudes, I can say it that way, and I feel better about myself.
sure,
You're still flying ahead of me.
Well, I mean, dudes and I have talked about this. It's a quantity over quality type of deal. I throw. In fact, that's the new thing now is I'm actually scaling back because there's been some questioning on whether putting too many in is being a problem, which I can't really tell one way.
Well,
That's the nice thing about YouTube science is no one ever knows if you're doing anything that's actually doing anything.
did you see the new thing they're pushing? What did she send me today? Yesterday, I don't remember. A couple days ago. Here it is. Hold on.
As he was 1K early the other day. Because remember he congratulated you
On
at 79?
75.
Or was it 75? Whatever it was, yeah.
75, yeah.
Harness Garage, what's up, brother? We were
75.
actually just talking about you earlier.
Oh, here we go. All right, Shortsmiths. Have y'all got the letter on that yet?
A what?
Shortsmiths.
No. They don't send me stuff.
Starting on the 24th. And it's actually starting on 28th, but you have to sign up by the 24th. And it ends on December 31st. Let's see, you had to participate in 5 trends and do 1 short every day for 30 days.
How do you do it? What's a trend, and how do you even get into that?
I can sign you up if you want. My person is Elise Overweg.
Oh, do you have to have a person? Yeah, so no, I don't have a person, so they're
I
not
can
gonna
get you a
fucking.
person
I'm
if
not
you want a
fucking doing that. They're not. So what do you get for doing this Christmas thing?
You get
Potentially
Discord group.
discovered.
You get to be announced to all the other
Those good
members
things,
who you
Harnett.
completed.
If I complete, so what's okay? What was the criteria again? Because I do shorts every day, so I'm not worried about that
30
part.
day, at least one short day for 30 days. If you miss one, you can make one up. Doesn't have to be,
Okay.
just 30 in 30 days.
Okay.
And you have to do at least 5 of the trends through the month.
What are the okay? What are these trends you speak?
Trends are
They
like
announce
using
it says
certain
will be
music
announced
and
throughout the sprint.
Oh,
So
so
you're
I
gonna
just
have
gotta
to-
do things with the. Okay, yeah, sign me up. How do
Yeah,
I
you're
sign
gonna
up
have
for
to
that?
dress up like Santa, maybe
I'm
twerk a
not
little
gonna.
bit. But
I'm not gonna sign up like Santa. It'll be loosely. It's gonna be the same videos and bullshit I do already, just loosely with the. They're gonna be like,
Just add in the little
eh,
trend thing they want.
they're gonna be like, it's not what we meant, but he's right. It's gonna be a lot of that.
Oh, and if you win if
Right,
you like
CP?
win overall, your video, your content will be featured on the billboard in Times Square and the Sunset Strip in LA.
Well, let's not kid ourselves. No one small is going to win that.
right,
Yeah.
Whoever won that has already won that, and
So you
we'll
have to
find
sign
out.
up by the end of day on Tuesday, November 24th. So make sure I have your email. If I don't, text me it or send me it on
Yeah,
Instagram, and
wait,
I will make sure you have this email so you can follow this form and link to go sign up
yeah,
Thursday?
tomorrow. Yeah.
tomorrow.
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, they don't send that to us peasants like Eric and I.
Get out of here. You guys got more subscribers than me.
Yeah, but you got a guy. You got a guy back when you got guys. We don't got
I don't know
guys.
why they picked my channel because I don't know.
You had a couple of those shorts early on that did some things.
Yeah, I guess I did at first. Yeah, it was kind of.
Yeah.
I started
But now
just
they do nothing.
yesterday. Started doing some interesting facts or like automotive history videos on shorts.
Thursday, not Tuesday.
Did I say Tuesday?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you did.
Did I? Oh, my bad. Yeah, Thursday, tomorrow.
And how'd that do for
Thursday.
you, Eric?
It
yeah.
hasn't done shit. Yesterday's on YouTube got 0 views, and I posted it 4 times.
A short got 0 views.
0.
I
4
didn't even see
times.
the short, so
Are
it
you
must
sure
be
you're-
that it's not loading.
I've never had anything get okay.
This
No,
is the
nothing.
second time now that I've posted a
It's
video.
probably not actually posting or something.
Yeah, something's wrong. You sure not
Mustard says
scheduling
he's the only one who
it?
makes trash content.
I'm-
No. Mustard, you're just
positive.
spreading it less than the rest of them.
Because the one video that I did on the 4th time that I posted it, it got 2.2
Damn.
views, and I'm doing it
Sorry,
from my
chef.
phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. That
Trash
sucks, bro.
content.
What's up, Turdlow?
Turlo, he's got a video coming up. I think this weekend is when he's putting out. It's gonna be. You guys should get over there for checking. He sent it to me. I got to see a behind the scenes deal on it. It's
And
gonna
I
be good.
have
I think he's
been
doing a
off
premiere and a
of
live.
YouTube. The only reason I even
Oh yeah.
watched Eric's stuff tonight is because he sent me the link or whatever, or tagged me on Facebook or something. I'm like, oh yeah, I better watch that. But I've been so busy.
Well, that's the
working
thing. I have
on
Saturday. There we go. So Saturday, make sure you guys are over at Turlo's. If you're not already subscribed, you're wrong, and you should be over there. But yeah, I'm the same way. I got so much stuff going on. I'm never on the internet was a big problem, but I know I get in when I get in. But if you're gonna do something like this, I need to know in advance so I can. Like today, I was like, shit, I need to make sure we're back from the ride in time. And then I'm heading back with plenty of time. And I come around the corner and the belt goes, and I'm like, I sent a picture to Eric. I was like, I'm working on it. I'm gonna try and get there, but.
Well, so you're doing more now than you did when you were working.
Yes and no. I mean, when I was working, I had a set. So that's a nice thing. When I was working, I had a set time. I was going to do this thing, and then I was going to have this time off. Where now I don't have any set thing, and anything can turn into. I have days where I don't do anything, and it's just like editing or whatever. QuickBooks has been the newest thing I freaking do now. If you haven't gotten into, if you haven't gotten into QuickBooks, that's fun.
I don't know about fun, but it's good. It's a good program.
Oh, it's a great program, but going back and building a whole year of business taxes is not. Well, I didn't want to.
Off your YouTube expenses yet?
Yeah, now that YouTube actually makes money, that's when I started an LLC and actually went down. I wasn't going to do any of that until we made money, and then of course at the end of the year that happens, and now I've kept everything.
Yeah, of course.
But I need to input it into something and make it a real thing for.
Well, if you
tax
need
purposes.
to write anything off, holler at me.
So all 3 of you guys are under an LLC now?
I definitely
You're not?
I guess these 2 guys are, yeah. There is
dude,
it's the website I use is only like 140 bucks or something to
I
do
have a
everything.
LegalZoom.
They do everything for you.
I have a DBA, but I've been
It's
Okay.
good enough.
trying to
Yeah.
understand
The
LLC
LLC
type
makes it where
stuff.
pretty much you don't get sued, the business gets sued or whatever.
Right. But I was just
Yeah.
trying to understand when was the right time to sign up for one, and because
Making money?
don't
Yeah,
you
when
have
you're making
to,
money.
Well, a DBA, you're still getting your tax write-offs like an LLC, so you're good. The only reason I technically have
To
an
an
LLC
extent.
is because the car lot. I don't want to get sued if somebody wrecks their car, the brakes go out as soon as they pull out or something like that.
And that is the thing you got to watch with that. You also got to watch how much things you put into each LLC. You start getting too much in an LLC. You got everything in one LLC. Then if the LLC goes down, everything goes with it too. So, but if
Right.
you're doing a personal or single proprietor
Sole
LLC,
proprietor, yeah.
it basically sets it up just like your it's just like your personal business. It just separates it, so you don't have to do any
whose
other.
LLC are you doing a DBA under?
it's just under my
Yeah.
personal name.
Okay, so you're doing a sole
Oh,
proprietor with a
Yep.
DBA.
So in my city here, 815 LSX Swaps is a DBA under my name,
under
Yeah.
Eric.
and that's so that I could sell the trim rings under my name and use the 815 name.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, that might get a
Yeah, that's why.
little weird during taxes, but
Well, no, because
you write some stuff off.
yeah, he'll still be able to write everything off as a personal business. He just doesn't have the basically separating his personal and business
Yeah,
assets are
you
not
can't really
separate.
pay yourself because you are yourself. If that makes
Well,
sense.
a single
Sole proprietor, yeah.
proprietor, you don't have to pay yourself either.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You're not paying yourself because you are yourself.
Yeah.
Under
Yes.
LLC, you pay yourself, and then anyway, it's
Not necessarily. If you're sole proprietor, you don't have to pay yourself because there's nothing to pay. In fact, you don't really want to pay yourself.
correct.
No.
Yeah, you don't have to file that you're paying yourself because you are
Yes.
yourself. Anyway, it's
Yeah, if anything, you should be showing all the money you're funneling into the business to keep the
How
shit
much you're
show
losing.
afloat. Yeah, because that's what it boils down to. Because at the end of the year, I'm going to get $200 from YouTube or something like that because I didn't start and
right.
at the
But
end and
all your gas expenses, where you can prove that you came to
I'm
Arkansas
going to
build,
I'm going to run mileage. My accountant says that mileage
50,
is probably
55
going
and
to
a half cents miles. Yep.
be. Yep, it's probably going to be better than dealing with.
Oh
all
yeah,
the
yeah.
bullshit.
Especially since you drove to Arkansas and then drove to Oregon.
Well, yeah, either which way, but I mean that truck is completely business because I have multiple vehicles. I can say that truck is completely business, and I only use that when it's hauling a trailer or doing something like that. I drive all the other cars that I'm not trying to write off.
Well, I'm sure you have plenty of miles that you can write off. You can adjust up or down until you hit that sweet spot of when you get the most cut
Yeah.
back. So if sometimes you go too far over, they hit you and you lose all of your stuff. So it's
Yep. Yeah, so I got to look at all of that. I
fun
mean, at
stuff.
the end of the day, it is what it is. But yeah, that's the
Right.
thing that's the thing that you don't think about or no one tells you when you go to do something like this is you're going to spend all day looking at a computer, putting numbers in and making sure accounts line up and all of that crap.
yeah.
Yeah, because I have every shipping receipt that I've shipped, every trim ring I've got, but everything
How are you
went
tracking
into
all of that?
everything went into PayPal.
Okay.
I just have an Excel sheet where I have what I spend, and then what I make, and then basically who it goes to and tracking numbers.
Yeah. Now is Dan an employee or does he do
So
his own?
yeah, when I started this, I talked to him and he basically said, just go ahead and do it yourself.
Okay.
He technically sells his, so basically I sell all the trim rings and he sells the BMW
I
power
mean, you mean
steering
you sell them for him, right? No.
Well,
IRS, y'all hear that? No.
yeah, yeah,
Well, it sounds you're doing it. You're doing a consignment thing. It almost sounds like at
Sure.
that point
yeah, that's true.
because he's making them, but you're selling them on your marketplace through your DBA.
So
that's
dudes,
up to
how
him
much
to
money do you
disclose.
need to make on YouTube for you to retire from your job? have you decided on that number yet?
I don't know if he's going to tell you that number.
No, don't tell me the number. I'm sorry. I don't want to know the actual number. I'm saying, is there a number?
Yeah.
Do you have a number
there's
set in your mind?
Yeah.
I don't think that number's ever going to happen.
Oh, I'm not saying it will. Hopefully it will. I bet it
But
will.
our number would have to be right around. I think we figured it up, and it was like 720,000 a year.
Holy shit!
So never gonna happen.
Fuck, that's a lot of money.
Right? Yeah. Fuck that.
Well,
That's where.
we
That's
figured in
where.
we'd have to pay employees. We'd have to open up essentially a building. I mean,
Yeah, you got to
to
pay
go
people
full scale.
to video you. You got to pay people to edit it. You got to pay
Yep.
people to post it. Yeah. Well, I'm sure Vice Grip Garage didn't ever think he would be there.
Facts.
Yeah.
And then Puddin's, he's getting there pretty close. So, and he didn't think he'd ever be there. So you can do it, man.
Yeah, the problem is CP. It's all butt stuff. That's the only, and it's not the type you like.
It's all butt stuff except it's on you.
It's your butt. Yeah. It's
Like,
exactly. Yeah. Not the fun kind.
Oh, this video is gonna get flagged again.
Well, the last one got flagged, and Dudes and I both talked, and I was like, I don't think there's anything here. This has got to be somebody
We were
reporting.
going to rewatch it, but we didn't even waste time to do that.
We didn't
Did
even
you
waste
just
time.
go back and say it was okay, or did you?
I did, and I didn't get anything back. Nothing said, but it's now not limited ads anymore. It's just it's good now.
Yeah,
It's fine.
my first probably 15 lives were all. I had to go back and get them approved or whatever. They were all that way. So
Yeah. Yeah, so I had that one, and then I had another live from like a year ago, which I don't even care about because I'll just delete it. And then I had a short, which there was nothing wrong with, so I was like, yeah, look at this. I actually haven't looked to see if they said that short's okay.
I've only got strikes for like music, and one of them was when I was at Cletus and Cars, and like there was music playing over the speakers, and I'm like, well, I can't control that. And another one was at a car show where they were playing the national anthem.
I
So-
still have videos
Really?
for when YouTube allowed you to have music. It's like grandfathered in or whatever.
Really?
But both
Yeah.
of those got.
Of course, I can't make
got
any money
reversed.
on them.
Well,
But it plays the full song loud as you want. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know what the heck the. Oh, did you know that you can, however, do multiple videos for monetization on without going through and clicking all of that shit that they want you to do every time you monetize a video?
Really?
I didn't, but I already have them all caught up now.
Midnight actually just told me this yesterday, so Midnight Road, thanks. If you go and select, your videos up in here and then go to edit at the top here and go to monetization and change it, it won't ask you for all of that. It just says, you understand you're doing this? I say, yes. And then they're all turned on.
Yeah, because the only ones that I have to go back and do are the shorts that don't have music on them, because you can't do it from your cell phone.
Well, Brian, if we went back to this time last year, I think you were at 300.
Just over 300, yeah, something like that.
subscribers.
Because right now, I believe this is my 4-year mark somewhere in the next day or two. I don't remember exactly. It's right in here somewhere. I'd have to go back and look.
The shorts have really helped you get your subscriber numbers, I think.
Oh, the shorts
Then
are
also
100%.
Involvement in YouTube went up exponentially.
Yeah, as far as more content put out, I've got something coming out every single day, if not multiple somethings. So that obviously, and Dudes and I talk about this all the time. It's definitely a shotgun approach. We're throwing whatever we see at.
CP, I know where some oceanfront property in Arkansas is. Well, meth head property, but we'll call it oceanfront.
Yeah, about
CP's paradise.
1 year ago, I was just passing 500 subscribers, I believe, because I was just getting ready to go to PRI. And I remember I was trying to hit 500 before I went.
Yeah,
I
because you
think I've
guys.
been monetized for right at a year now, or somewhere close to it. So
Yeah,
Haven't done
no,
much
you would have
since.
been a little before now, right?
yeah, like a month or two, I think. But
Yeah, because
it was October.
Well, that's the thing. Another thing we've been looking at too. My viewing for the long form videos have been coming down and down, and yeah, that's less.
It's a thing.
Yeah, it's a
Mine are
big
still
thing.
steady. They get about the same amount of views they always have.
Ever since we stopped doing lives and
Now,
we
right this
stopped
second,
doing
my
stuff.
how to cook a turkey in the air fryer is taking
Oh, I
off for me.
bet.
But
I
So
bet
what's a
that's
normal
taken.
video for you get, Cletus?
Well, how long
at
has it been since you
first,
put a normal
maybe
video
100,
out?
150 views if I put something out. Yeah.
Yeah,
They slowly grow to between 5 and 10,000 in the first year or two, depending on what it is. And then,
yeah.
I don't know, however they grow.
I don't have any that high. I've got a couple here. The last few ones 2 weeks ago had 90 views. 4 days ago has 80 views.
Yeah.
let's see here. So
Mine are hit and miss, man. Some of them they get views every day, and then some of them hadn't been viewed in over a year. So.
Our DIY videos keep getting regular views. Those
Oh
are the
yeah,
ones
that's
Oh
the
that
yeah.
keep
ones.
going
That's your
up.
evergreen content, man. How
Yep.
tos and how I
Yep.
do's.
Yeah, and
Yep.
that's the one Dan just put out 4 days ago when he built his own injector flow bench.
That thing
Nice.
does look
Yeah,
cool.
I'm sure that'll get views for years.
So yeah, 80 views in 4 days.
Yeah.
I could give you numbers, but that would involve actually putting out long format video.
Yeah, because you don't do that either. So I got let's see what we're working with. So Monday's video has 62 views. Saturday's video
I'm in the
36.
search for a place now that has a shop or a garage to
Shit,
move,
you and me too, brother.
Yeah.
so that I can do videos even when I'm not. I could do like videos.
This
I don't know.
wasted.
When I'm not having to work outside, but
Yeah, that's what I've been looking for because then I can have a place to put the cars up on lifts, pull the engines out, work on them through the winter.
well,
But
yeah, it would be nice to.
Tim
Okay,
Windsor, what's
I
up,
pulled
brother?
this off. Now I've got to wait on parts. Instead of putting it back together and waiting on parts, I could just leave it right here and cover it up, or whatever.
That's why I want to shop
lips
with
it
two
outside.
lifts so I can have multiple broken cars at the
Well,
same
not everybody
time.
has your kind of money.
Well, that's the problem with any time you have a spot when you talk about doing those things.
Sure.
You once you have that spot, you have the thing that sits. It's like
You're
when I
like,
built
well,
the
I
garage.
need this so I can do this video.
And it makes it and everything makes sense, but it's like the Subaru sat in the back part of that big garage away from the lift because we needed to have it away from the lift so we could do. And it's just a project that sits there forever. You know what I mean? Once you have the space for these things, it's just like, oh,
So-
I can leave it, and then you do. It's a
Speaking of
problem.
projects, the Volvo, I'm going to finish this next year for sure.
Okay.
So
It
no
is the
Corvette?
top project on my list here.
Yeah, so you're giving it no on the Corvette now because that was the last we heard was a
Yeah,
Corvette.
yeah. That's what I was going to say. It's a no on the Corvette. I thought about it, and then I started looking on the auction sites and everything. I can buy a 03 Corvette for about $5,000. That's in great shape. So
Yeah.
it's like I wouldn't sell this car, even at best, even the upgrades he put in. I'll say $7,000. I wouldn't sell the car for $7,000. So I'm
Exactly. Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's
talking
It's
08 Corvette. It's like
a cool toy, and it's unique, and that's what the thing that's always awesome about that. You can, like you said, you can go buy it for $75,000, 7 or 5, not $75,000.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
You can buy one for 75.
well, you can buy them for $75,000, but you know what I mean. You can't go buy a Volvo station wagon swapped. Okay, well you can,
with
but
a
you're gonna spend a
6.0
lot more.
and especially a 408E. But
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Tark, thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Tim Windsor doing his thing in the house. Brailsford's back.
yeah, I know if I were to buy a
Yeah,
shop,
I
that
do want
I
to
would-
see this too.
so it will happen. I've done some research. The reason it's not doing a burnout through all the groups that I'm in, and I even see Eric's in a bunch of them, the LS swap groups that I've joined on Facebook,
Uh-huh.
is because I have to go in there and change some settings in the computer because the transmission is set
timing.
up for torque.
Oh,
It's 4L80E,
yeah.
so it doesn't want to break loose. So, but there's I got a
Okay.
list. I printed it off. There's a guy that shared it with me of how you could change the settings and it'll let you do it. So
Yeah, there's well, that is the nice thing about that system is there's a shit ton you can do, but you got to get in there and figure it out. Which the nice thing
I
is the
got the
forums
thing
and everything.
running so smooth, man.
Nice. I'm glad you got into it.
Starts up.
I know you were worried about that at first for a little bit.
Oh my god, it took so long, and I watched
But
so
now that you
many
know-
YouTube videos.
But
Without
you're
the
a tuner
YouTube
now.
videos, I wouldn't have been there
I think
because
that
I've
makes
been
you you're a
playing with it
tuner.
and driving. I watched so many YouTube videos and tried this and tried that, and now it's just smooth. As long as I don't run out of gas, anyway.
You still don't have the gauge working, huh?
Now, still don't have a gauge work. I've tried a few different ones, and none of them seem to be working so far.
Huh.
You can program 2-step and everything right on the Terminator X too. That's what I just got done doing.
I'm learning a lot about it, more than I ever thought I would. But it's not that difficult.
Barn?
And the good thing about it, which is a really good thing if your battery dies, but a good thing about it is you can keep the program on your computer. Like you could say whichever one you loaded, and you can name them program number 1, program 38, whatever, whichever one you're on. In case nothing's good, you can go back to the old one.
Yep.
The battery died on the little car out there, or the Volvo out there, the little battery I had for it. So I wouldn't put a new battery in, and the computer was erased. So good thing I kept the program. I just reloaded it, and it was fine.
Yeah. I have heard that before, even with stock computers. I've actually had that same thing happen in my Z with the stock computer with an HP Tune flashed across it. And at some point, we did something that wiped the computer, and I had to go back up. Well, it was the GTO computer is the one that actually holds all of that. But yeah, something I did somewhere, and all of a sudden it started running like dog shit. And I was like, what is wrong with this? And when I got back to the tuner, he's like, the file's gone. What'd you do? And I was like, I didn't do shit, man. So we want to put a 465 and a 4-speed.
Wouldn't be hard. It's just
You
standard.
got to make the plate where it mount, right?
Yeah, not the end of the world. Well, hopefully we make the mounts short enough that the hood closes on that one. And
hey, the hood closes on the Volvo, then.
It does now. That was another one of the little things that as we're watching the Volvo video, I'm watching this video, I'm laughing because I'm like, I remember this. We were pretty split on whether it was going to close or not.
Oh, so close. It was
there was a little bit of footage of dudes like hammering some spots on it, and then he started cutting, but there wasn't enough footage to throw it in there.
I don't know. I think some of that made it into my video, but I'm not 100%.
It did.
I don't know.
Somebody's probably done it, man.
I mean,
if
it's hard to say.
On Facebook, dude, there is somebody that has put an LS in everything with all kind of transmissions. It's crazy.
The SM465 isn't widely used, so I mean, there's probably somebody out there doing it in a Jeep rig because they use them for off-road stuff. Drive versions.
Yeah, because I actually sold one of those out. That was what was in behind the 350 in that ramp truck originally.
Yep. Standard transmission for all your 3/4 ton heavy duty.
Yep. So some Jeeper came up and got it.
Tim needs a 2-post lift for Christmas.
Listen, you tell it. I used to have one. I am the worst because I had one. I've been to the mountaintop and now I'm back down in the dungeon.
Are you guys ready to come down and put a Hemi in a 79 Ford F-150?
No.
No.
Will would be down for that because he's got a 78 and he loves his, so I bet you he'd be down.
I don't know about that monster.
It's been done.
Man.
If you build a tube chassis and just use the Beetle as a shell, sure.
Yeah. Well, there is that. Chaka Grills, what's up, brother? Ryobi tools are trash.
Oh, burn 113.
I actually can't say that because 113's Ryobi stuff did really well for.
And you own Milwaukee now, so.
Are they the same people?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, their 12-volt stuff is cool.
That's a good way to get a bunch of views, is just to get tools and start reviewing them, saying they're all junk. Well, you get people, these Snap-on tools are junk. You get the people pissed.
Well, I mean, yeah. If you want to go down until the fields of hate, which
hate pays. People watch your videos when they hate.
I'm not.
You ever heard of Little Windex?
No.
So he started off as a joke, and he had so many, like millions and millions of views that he played into it. And he has like a whole album now of dumb music.
My God,
and he makes so much money, and he doesn't care. He's like, yeah, I don't care. It's stupid.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, and Dudes and I talked about this many lives. If you go back and look, if you're going to do a thing like the Dudes with Wrenches or C-Piece Woo or whatever the thing is, your cousin Cletus thing you were talking about doing for a while, if you get big for doing that thing, you're always going to be, hey, do the thing.
Yep.
And if you're willing to be the dance monkey, dance for your dollar, then, you know, go do you. I'm
might
going to
like
be the
Lil
guy.
Windex. You should look him up in the video. Lil Windex, he's like spraying Windex bottles on them and stuff.
Shut
It's stupid.
up.
I mean, there's
Oh.
plenty of
Millions and
LS.
millions of views.
There's plenty of
God.
LS stuff that gets hate too, though. I get
Oh yeah.
every
Oh,
once in a
yeah.
while. I'll
LS
get,
with the Mustang. Ooh.
yeah, I'll get people once in a while that'll just start going, and I don't remember the last one was on Facebook or something, and I went
Oh,
back and forth
yeah.
with a guy for a while, and then he went back and did the dirty delete and deleted all of his comments.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
After we
He
went
realized,
for
oh shit, people agree with this guy.
we
Yeah.
went for a few hours, and then all of a sudden he just went back, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?
Oh,
Like
man.
you went out of
Well-
your way to comment on my YouTube short." And then, so then I was like, yeah, if you think this is trash, go check out the rest of my videos.
Go check out the rest
I
of
love
these
that.
guys.
Yeah. Check out the whole trash content crew. Well, it's so amazing to me, the people that just are like, oh, well, no, you're wrong. And it's because of this. With no anything behind them.
And that's the thing. People don't, you can just come to my channel and be like, oh, this guy's, nuts for LS. Well, yeah, but if you know me, I'll wrench on literally anything and I will put any engine in anything. But if you just come to my channel swinging at me, then yeah, I'm gonna swing back.
LS swaps are cool. They're plentiful, and I mean, there's so much you could learn doing. So
yeah, and there were 350. It was 350 swaps before that.
Oh yeah,
it was
put
whatever
the Jeep. Put 350,
and then it was the 302s
the
before
S10,
that. This guy,
You
know
said
what I mean?
350s in his eyebrows.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just but those were the readily available cheap motors because there was a bunch of them out there, and they swapped them into everything in their different time frames. And
Right, that was
soon
hot
here,
rod.
because at the time it was a cheap way to get
Yes.
good horsepower. At the time,
oh, dude,
and dependability.
I thought it was the hot rodding that threw him off. He's like, that's not hot rodding. I was waiting for the dudes with wrenches rant to come, but I think it was something off screen. Yeah, well, it's right now. The LS motors are drying up. I don't know if anyone's seeing the
I can
the
still
writing
buy
on
a
the walls.
Tahoe. I can still buy a Tahoe over at Copart with LS in it, transmission, everything runs and drives, just beat, rolled over or smashed to the side or whatever for $800, $1,000, whatever. So,
which is not the worst, but I mean, we were getting LS's motors, full complete motors, no harness, and most of the plugs missing. Whatever the wires and sensors out, $500. You could get a 5.3.
You might be able to still get the engine by itself, but if I can buy the whole engine, transmission, harness, and everything for $800 or $1,000, I'll sell the cats and the body and other parts I don't need and get most of my money back.
Around here, just for a motor and a harness that has close to 300,000 miles on it, you're going to spend $1,200.
Yeah, well, a dropout, yeah. The Coyotes, so the problem with the Coyotes you run into is like what Mob had when, they tried to do things and put a bunch of aftermarket things on Coyote motor, and that motor didn't work out. Ruby was a basket case. And that's why, dude, Mob
had a lot
had
of money to mess up too.
Mob had so much money in Ruby, and that company, the shop that did everything to it, just totally fucked him over. That place took all of his money and said, yeah, we're going to build you this fucking awesome motor, threw all these aftermarket parts at it, and then they didn't work together, and it had issue after issue, and they sold the fucking car because of it. You know what I mean? So I've seen that in the LS community too. I mean, you'll see that in whatever, when they start throwing parts at things, but.
There's Harnett. We was talking about him earlier. Now he's here. So
just big block V6 the world,
Big block V6 the world, huh? Is that your new? Are you acquiring those in abundance?
My buddy has 4 of them now, which is like super rare because to even have one is kind of rare. So we're gonna do something with something at some point.
Mongers, you coming down? We're gonna do a Hemi swap and a 79 F-150.
So those EcoBoosts can make some power. No,
I've heard about you can put bigger
turbos
have a
limit
on them.
Well, everything has a limit.
Yeah, but they have a quick limit. Like you hit 500 horse, and that's about it.
Seriously,
500 horse is pretty good.
That is not good. I can put a bigger turbo on my freaking 3-cylinder X3 and be 500 horsepower. You know, for a Raptor or whatever that's getting
But
a,
will you get good fuel
EcoBoost.
mileage?
I mean, that depends on you. If you consider the fact that my wheel speed in a turn is like 70 miles an hour, but I'm actually only doing 30, I feel like that's good mileage, right?
Sure.
So what's up, mongrels?
Oh, just getting home from the kids doing their sporting activities. Been
Did
taking
you wear the hat when you went?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to. Oh, I didn't know. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm actually I'm rocking the coverall. Oh, look at this! Like,
Oh yeah, we noticed.
there's far less. Here.
Yeah, they make you look skinnier.
Well, that's because there's a lot less of me now in them than there was in that video we just watched.
Oh yeah. So you
Yeah.
lose a bunch of weight, or
Just
because
like 40
you're
pounds.
active, or
Just not, sitting in a trailer down by the river not doing anything is a big help.
eating, being on YouTube Live. That's it.
Yeah, basically
Eating a whole
eating.
pizza.
Eating a whole pizza, and yeah, that was the joke. Yeah, because I got back from flying all the way from where was it? Rome.
Italy?
I flew from Rome in a day, and then ordered a pizza, and you're like, oh, I can't believe you're eating a whole pizza. I was like,
That wasn't me that
bro.
said that. Hold on, that wasn't me.
It was somebody in the group.
It was, but yeah,
It was one of you guys who fat shamed me in front of all my friends.
I have no room to fat shame somebody.
It's all the walking he's had to do every time he breaks his razor.
I've actually not had to walk. I nursed it on the rim until I could call someone to get an air compressor the one time, and then I just changed the belt when it blew this last time. So we don't walk around here. Come on.
It's kind of
Have you
funny. While I
seen-
was editing that video myself, I think I've dropped like 30 pounds since we were down there too, and I'm like, damn, I didn't realize how big I was
gained all the way
until
back.
I
And
watched
we
it.
I'm like
we
300
ate
pounds.
like fucking kings
Well,
when
that's
we were
true.
there.
Oh yeah,
Like, that is the one thing that I don't think we really talked about a lot. I mean, we did at the time, but
sure.
I never thought going into that we were going to eat so well. And then
well,
afterwards,
we had
it was
beans
just like
every meal or every day.
single day.
It
Which
was
I actually am
depressing
surprised.
afterwards.
We weren't shitting on each other.
Yeah, I thought it would have been worse with the amount of beans that were eaten. I think we actually
Love
did
beans.
pretty well.
Yeah, I think we did pretty good. There's a couple farts here and there, but I think everybody was,
Oh,
nobody
yeah,
shit
no,
on
it-
each other's
A
face enough.
confessional of wasted had me dying.
When I saw that one, I was like, "Oh, apparently we don't edit these when we make 815 videos." Okay.
The oatmeal chocolate chip cookies, man. Oof. They were good.
Bro, those were good. I liked your.
I
the
never
video,
thought
too.
I would like them two together. Or never even thought about putting them together. But
No, if you even when you offered to me that day, I was like, and then I was like, well, we don't have any other cookies, so
Really oatmeal. Yeah, I'll try one.
yeah, I'll try. Exactly, that's how it went. And then I was like, where the fuck do you think you're going with?
oh,
Bring
them
those back.
2 bags, it's like gallon bags of Ziplocs went in like a day.
Gone. Yeah, but even like we were
Even Mongo's buddy bought them good cookies. They were good.
Oh God.
Of the
everybody kept going to
breakfast
the
stuff
the
and
Ziploc
everything.
bag.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We ate so well. Then we went to the burger place and
David's Burgers. Oh yeah.
we went to before you guys all showed up. We went to the Mexican joint with 113 and everybody and Galen. That place was pretty good.
I was
Yeah,
just
it
telling
was-
somebody about the fried chicken too, and I'm like, yeah, they were talking about how great this fried chicken was, and I'm
Oh,
like,
man, that was good.
I've had a lot of fried chicken. I wasn't too excited, but once I got a hold of it, I was like, all right, they weren't lying. This was pretty good.
That was good
I'm the
chicken.
same way. Before having that, the best fried chicken I'd ever had was at like a gas station somewhere in the South. And that's just how it goes. And then they brought me that, and I have to assume there's a gas station on the property from where that chicken came from.
No.
It was
They
kind
started
of
in Memphis
like
somewhere. But
it was a little depressing afterwards because we did eat like kings, and you go back home, you're like, oh man,
Yeah.
this sucks.
Well, I did a road trip across like you did, and so it goes from that food to gas station crap.
absolutely.
You're just like, ugh. We've gone the wrong way. That queso cheese with the freaking chicken that day.
oh yeah.
No, the best day I think was leftover day.
Hot
Oh,
dogs and the
Hot dogs and
the
cheese and all
you got
the.
a spammer.
How do we fix that?
I fixed it.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, the hot dogs, the cheese, the barbecue, or the
I still think the
brisket.
best.
Oh, I
Best
made
is the brisket and stuff.
Oh man, that freaking brisket.
Gus
That's
Julie,
man,
hi.
Ryan does a
Yeah.
perfect
Julie.
job with brisket.
Yeah,
Listen,
it's amazing.
That barbecue was so good. And I put that on. We had leftover pulled pork the whole rest of the week, and I was just putting it on stuff.
Oh yeah, and then the cheese dip in the pulled pork.
Oh,
With
I made that
tacos?
last day. I took that big hot dog, covered it with pulled pork, and then hit it with the cheese.
Oh,
and then a little bit of that. She had that special barbecue sauce that everyone wasn't supposed to use that I was using totally every single day.
Hog or whatever.
Yeah, wherever it was, I was just like, this shit is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, that was good.
Oh, I should have took a video. We ate pancakes the other morning, mongrels, with the Canadian maple syrup, and it tastes different than the maple syrup down here.
Like,
even if you spend the extra money and buy, maple syrup here, the Canadian maple syrup it's better.
They do it better, yeah.
Honestly, it is.
Canadian was
really.
he did. Totally did. Oh man.
Yeah, it just overall it was so much fun though.
It's a good time. Great time.
Dude, I'm telling you, it was a dog made from the convenience of awesome leftovers laying. Because I didn't even do that day. We had hot dogs like for lunch, and then it was like dinner. We're like, what are we doing tonight? It was just leftovers. There was some things that were done.
And we didn't have time to be making dinner either.
No. Well, no, whole hot dog.
Yeah,
whole hog.
Whole hog's the place local here. We could ship you some.
It was good eating for sure, and it was great that someone always prepared it because everyone else kept on working.
Sure.
Yes.
We literally just stopped, ate, back to work.
Well, I know that the day that Ryan did the smoke and stuff like that, he was up pretty much all night cooking it. So yeah, it was killer. Everybody did, man. Everybody was so cool. Freaking dudes with a busted shock still drove down and brought the car.
Yeah, it's crazy looking back on how many hours we spent working.
It's a lot.
I mean, I knew it was a lot then, but like thinking back now, it was like, man, morning to night.
It didn't feel like a lot of time working at the time until about day 3 or 4, and you were like, okay.
When everybody like,
but even then, everyone was just tired. You didn't feel like you. It didn't feel like you worked the whole time. You know what I mean?
Dude, I had a great time. I'm telling you, I am so ready to build something else.
Well, I don't know.
Whoever got something.
I'm down to go do something, but I don't know about working the whole time.
No, not
I'll come down and eat some more food.
Yeah, I'll come down and go do something and party somewhere. Like we go like scumbag something or something along those lines. But like, let's go build something again. I've done that. I'm good.
So Cletus, you just throw something in 113's garage, and we'll just all stand around it for the week. After the week's over, you put it on the trailer, drive it out.
Like if you want to like do a wrap and like a tint on something, I think we can come and get down for that.
Well, we could install a turbo or put a new alternator in, a bigger alternator. So I don't know. We can do something.
The interesting thing is it tells you how much a group of people can get done, though, if they put their minds to it. Because you look at most of us, we have these big ambitions and projects and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, how many of us have a project sitting outside right now?
How many of them are sitting outside not getting anything done?
Yeah.
Right.
Personally?
No.
Or this guy.
I'm sure everybody has at least one.
I got a yard full.
40.
I got a yard full. Right there with you dudes.
I'm only currently bidding on 4 more cars.
He totally did send that.
Hey, are you interested in a Dodge Ram?
No.
4-wheel drive, buddy.
I'm looking at an 84 Buick
Call
Skyhawk.
it done. There we go. A little general maintenance so we can go do stuff.
We can take the Ridge line and do some general maintenance on it.
Did we lose Wasted again?
I don't think Wasted wants to do any more welding, though.
Not over the top of it. It's not laying down anyway.
You guys did great with all that welding. That exhaust still was amazing. That was awesome.
You're kind of back.
Yeah, that exhaust was pretty wild on how well that turned out.
There's steel. The other day, about 2 weeks ago, when I was looking at all the suspension, I was underneath it. There is steel nowhere where the exhaust is leaking. So,
I can tell you, there is all of the weld wire in all of the seams.
Taking down all 70-pound exhaust.
Listen, you don't have to worry about that breaking where it's welded. Now, 6 millimeters in any direction of the weld? Yeah, exactly like dude said. Column A, column B. We'll see. But yeah, no, it's
But to build that from all those just random ass pieces we had laying around.
Well, we thought we had good exhaust until we dropped the exhaust out of that truck, and we're like,
yeah, somebody had already scumbagged it, and then I was like, all right, we can make this work. I'll just make a dump underneath the seats. It'll be fine. And then we get in there like, well, we could actually make this go almost to the back. And of course, it was one of those where it was one of the few things that went kind of how I had it in my head, and it actually did what I thought it was going to do. If there was a
quieter muffler on there, you probably wouldn't hear the exhaust at all.
No, but we left you plenty of room to slap a new muffler on it.
And one day that's what I'll probably do. I don't know.
It was definitely.
I think I'll leave it.
I mean, yeah, if you don't need to, I wouldn't, unless someone's saying, "Hey, I'll redo this janky ass exhaust you got going on here."
I'm not really sure what the original plan for the fuel cell was either, but I don't think that turned out.
I think in our minds we were thinking we were just going to cut it out and set it in there.
It was going to sit in the hole that was already there until we figured that wasn't going to work.
Somehow we thought it was going to fit way better. We knew there was going to be some massaging.
Sure.
How we went from massaging to cutting the whole rear end of the car out, I'm not quite sure. I was not involved in that. That's this guy right here.
I wanted no part of it and took no part of it. So.
Yeah.
I'm glad I could, take charge and
everyone needed their project.
The back of that car equally.
Well, I feel like it's probably the nicest
as overbuilt as the car is. So.
Yeah, I think it was Volvo built.
The hard part that was done rather quick. It went from let's just cut this little section out to let's cut more out. No, let's cut more out.
Well, we did that whole cut a little. You don't want to cut more than you need to. So I will say we cautiously approached. That.
We didn't, because I didn't do none of that.
I remember going back there and dudes being like, should I cut this much? I was like, okay, sure, yeah, go for it. We'll see where it goes. Worst case, we'll stick it back together. And then I came back, I got busy and I came back and there was just a giant fucking hole back there. And I was like, oh. All right, what? I got to go back to the car, front of the car? Bye.
No, it's great.
What's up, Bryce?
The stuff closes down on top of it, and unless you're looking from the bottom, you'd never know it had a fuel cell in it. It pump's a little loud.
I see so many cars that have cells where you have to open up the back.
Yeah, you got to open the back
floor
of the car
and then take the thing off. And you can see it in the video when I talk about it. I'm like, that's one of the bigger things that I'm stoked about, and more like, yes, we've done something here, is that you fill it through the gas door.
Well, I really wanted that because I wanted it to be a sleeper. The exhaust is not a sleeper, but I wanted it to be a sleeper in pretty much all aspects. So.
Well, and I think Eric, do you have yours set up with a cell where you can actually fill it through the gas door?
No, it's right in the trunk.
It's right in the trunk. That's what everyone does. Yeah. Oh, mine is the same way. So when everything lined up and I'm like, this could actually work, and then it actually worked.
It doesn't spit back. When you fill it up, it turns itself off. It does everything like a cylinder. So. If I can just get the fuel gauge to work, or a fuel gauge to work, we'll be good.
This guy has done the most impressive build on YouTube today with no cutout, no fancy editing. Build the car. Oh, 7 days, yeah.
Now, it was funny that ViceScript ended up doing basically the same thing shortly after.
Yeah.
Well, obviously he wasn't copying us.
Right.
Well, yeah.
But the timing of it was hilarious to me. And then to watch, like CP's talking about, basically, because, they just kind of showed up and did things and people were,
yeah, you got to remember that truck was being built for years, literally, before those guys showed up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and their budget was a little bigger.
Yeah.
Well, not just the budget, but there was a lot of behind the scenes things that were done to that to get it ready to shoot, which we didn't do and didn't have the budget to do.
We did
We didn't
everything
have,
live.
Yeah. Well, you had
Hey,
to. I mean, that was the only way it was going to get done. Well,
You
dudes
gotta
did a
think
bunch
they
of
had
work.
Holly is probably a sponsor. They had
Oh,
every part they
yeah.
needed right there,
Well,
set up, ready to go. Whereas, we were still grabbing parts on the last day.
Well, that does have to do with our preparation to their preparation. I mean, there was
We
a
did
lot
quite
of
a bit
things
preparation, but the
Oh, we
problem
did a
is
ton.
nobody has done a
we did.
960 with a 6.0 and a 408E.
Which makes it more difficult, but there were some things that I should have freaking thought of before.
Yeah, we
there
both
were
said
some
that
things
a couple times.
Exactly. There was the fuel pump issue of all the step ups and fittings that we knew there was I knew the thing was there. I knew we had all these fittings. I never opened the box and looked at them on Monday.
Yeah.
It wasn't until Thursday we went to go do the job and I opened them. I looked and I went, "We're fucked," because these you know.
But there's a 6.0 and a 408E, and some things is not supposed to have that.
Oh yeah, well it's just
It's not
little things
supposed
like
to have
that. Like
a G and
what we should have done was open every single box and put eyes on every single thing to see where we were going to get.
But even
on
then,
Monday.
would you have thought about the
And we
banjo
did.
fitting for the transmission?
Maybe. I don't know exactly. Like you
That's
said,
a big ass transmission. I don't think I
It is.
realized how big the bell housing is.
Well, I realized it.
I knew it was. For some reason
Until we
had it
went
in
to
my
stick it in that first time. I'm like, whoa.
for some reason in my brain I had that it was going to sit lower and go back further.
Yeah.
And then once we got to the cross member and everything, it was just like I don't want to modify the cross member. It was going to take more to modify the cross member than it was to do everything else we did. And then at the end of the day, you got to modify cross member. That's kind of jank.
You got to remember how much we cut off of that transmission too. We cut those ears off, and we took the steam off of it from the top just to get that little bit of extra clearance. And then all that. It wasn't just the trans tunnel that we did, right? And we just barely got that thing in there.
It's tough.
Yeah, and you can't beat or cut that trans tunnel any farther than it is right now.
Nope.
There's
Not
no
unless you
more.
want to take everything out of the interior out.
But that was the amazing part.
Even
to
then,
me
there's
is
no
that
more structural room left.
We stripped the whole interior out of that thing, cut up
in
the
an evening
trans tunnel, cut up the back of the car, and we got it all back together.
And it drives down the road straight.
And
the fab work in the 5 days was not.
Yeah. If you take away cutting the trans tunnel and actually fabbing up that whole fuel cell, if we just set it in the trunk and we didn't have to cut and re-weld that trans tunnel, I mean, there's a couple
day
days
and a half
worth
of work there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy. Yeah, well, I mean, it's like anyone, you live and you learn. But at the end of the day, that's what makes it the one of only a couple LS swapped wagons, and like you said, the only one of one with a 4L80 in it.
For sure.
So, were there easier ways we could have done it? Yes, and money
we
would
could
have made it easier.
A standard transmission would have been so much easier.
But a T56 or even some of the other options are not
Or
cheap.
modifying the original gas tank to work and never putting a fuel cell in it.
Well, the reason we didn't do that was the whole drive shaft through.
But the other guy on YouTube that built the 960 with a 6.0, he kept the original gas tank.
But see, here's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
We would have ran the drive shaft we put in, probably would have ran right through the original gas tank and worked fine.
Yep, I think
it totally would.
Until the U-joint went and then gas tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I knew I was going to be beating on it.
And that's the only reason I went away. I really wanted to get away from it because it's just anyone talks that says
thinking on that real good. It's like, what's your safety loop, Volvo? The gas tank. I mean, the gas tank will keep the drive shaft.
Yeah.
To be fair, Volvo probably didn't have to worry about their drive lines coming apart with their system they had, whereas I find it to be highly likely that drive shaft being beaten in that car the way it all is can come apart at some point, or the rear end is going to break and come out, or who knows.
Not say it won't, but so far I'm telling you, I've been checking everything, and so far that drive line, whoever built that, the guys that built that drive line did a pretty good job too. It's pretty solid.
Yeah.
It's
and hopefully it will continue to be, but if I could just see that worst case scenario happening too easily to justify leaving a drive
the fuel
shaft
going around it.
going through a fuel tank. That just I couldn't.
It's a pretty common thing nowadays. So like even the
Chrysler,
the Chrysler 300 and the Chargers and the Challengers, they all do that
well,
too.
a saddlebag,
the saddle style fuel tank.
Well, so saddle is one thing. This was a hole. It was a circular loop that the drive shaft went through. The crossover tube was actually
I had to pull the drive
tank.
shaft to pull the gas tank.
Yeah.
Wow. No, I guess I didn't see the original.
Yeah. See, Hardit confirms what I had to say right here. They were not concerned about blowing a U-joint apart.
So, dudes, what are you going to put that engine in?
We did put bigger ones in, didn't we? Did we do the
probably a big metal bin.
So it has Chevy 2500 U-joints on it, except for the back. It has a Volvo U-joint to the rear, or not a U-joint, but the
U-joints are the same front and rear. They're the
front and rear, but the thing that connects to the rear end is I forgot what it's called.
Flange.
Yeah, whatever. It's the Volvo size. But anyway, I'm sorry, dudes. What are you going to do with that engine?
Well, I've stared at it a couple times, and I've decided I don't care about it, and it's probably something that's going to get put in a scrap pile.
You never cared about it. I thought you were going to tie it to a tree and turn it on.
Yeah, but then we stole a bunch of stuff off of it, like the wiring harness and a computer and all stuff that stayed in the car. So, yeah, it's probably not going to run real easy.
It would probably make a good, since how straight it is and everything, you could probably make a block table out of it or whatever.
Ooh, that actually could be cool.
I think if it's got aluminum in it, you just take it to the junkyard and get your money.
Yeah.
That is true. I didn't think about that part.
You get what back you paid for the car to take it off the streets, right?
Maybe. There was actually a guy locally that does Volvos that was interested in it for a while, and then I lost his number. So I was like, I should probably call him back and say, if you want to come get it, I'll help you load
it. Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, closes the tailgate on the truck.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't go. Well, make sure he brings his own strap this time.
Yeah.
That was a good story.
Oh, wow.
You guys got big plans for Thanksgiving, or I guess whatever you guys do up in Canada, mongrels, but
our Thanksgiving is in October.
October.
Ours is at the beginning of October.
So it's over, is what you're saying.
It's long gone. Yep.
We're going to smoke a turkey. We're going to roast a turkey. And we're going to cook 2 hams, potatoes, just a whole big deal.
I'm going to my parents' house. I have no idea what's going on.
You're not making anything then?
We're going to cook 5 pies.
Way to be retired, bud.
Well, normally before we would always be the place where everyone would go for Thanksgiving, wherever it was, and now that apparently my parents do that, so I'm down to go across the street.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we're going to some family's house that have a bigger place for us all to sit at. So
we're not my grandpa inviting people over.
That's all just for you 4 people.
Yeah, pretty much.
2
my
hams
wife likes to
and
give a lot of food away.
Okay, all right. Well, if you're giving it away, then yeah.
Well, Ryan smoked 2 turkeys for us, so one for my mom's house and one for her mom's house.
Oh, right on.
Nice.
The nice thing about
how long did it take him to smoke a turkey? Is he in here?
He's in the chat. Yeah, he did it pretty quick. He's got it down to a T. He's already smoked like 6 turkeys for me. Because after Thanksgiving, they'll go on sale for like 50 cents a pound or something.
Yeah.
So I'll buy them and put them in the freezer. And he's already smoked a few for me.
The grocery store here in town, if you spend over $100, you get a free freaking giant ass turkey, and it's like we spend
113 to tell me the average time it takes to smoke. How many pounds? 13-pound turkey.
Rib and turkey.
He did today. He did a 13-pound and a 18-pound for me. So,
Tark, that sounds.
He did both at the same time.
I remember doing. Yeah, that's gonna be the. There's a lot of food gonna be over there tomorrow. I'm pretty stoked with that.
If he comes back and answers, I will tell you we did cut the backbone out of the turkey and spatchcocked it.
Oh, you spatchcocked it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Turkey spatchcocked 3.5 hours. Bam.
We're definitely getting we're definitely getting demonetized for that one. I knew that was coming. Fucking children over here. Oh man.
I mean, which part's gonna get you, the spatch or the cock?
I believe yes is definitely the deal. Oh man.
Did
you say spatchcock or fat cock?
Oh, hey. Whoa. All right, I'm gonna
this is where it goes downhill.
Guy. And then I'm gonna let old Monster in here because he's been asking. And
113 is only a 13-pound turkey.
We're going to probably hop off here in another 15 minutes or so, do an hour and a half, call it a night, boys.
What the fuck is a spatchcock?
Sounds good to me.
I've been trying to get in this thing where we don't do 5-hour lives anymore.
I haven't done a 5-hour live in
I don't have the internet for it, which realistically this doesn't take up a whole lot of internet to do.
Good.
If you could whisper spatchcock for me one more time. Like, it's one thing when you say it, but if you could whisper it, that was really...
That was good. That was good.
No, we're not going to...
A little creepy.
Got really quiet right at the right time.
He really did it. And all of us were just like, what?
You got to watch out.
Let's talk about that spatchcocking show.
This is why we can't have nice things. Oh, here we go. Whoa, this guy's gonna come in and he's not even in the thing.
Monster, what's going on, dude? Where's your face at, Brett?
Where's your face?
Man, I'm chilling watching y'all. It's been forever.
Yeah, it's been forever, bro. You've been off YouTube longer than I have.
Yeah, I've been on another platform streaming.
Oh, Parlor?
Twitch?
Nah,
OnlyFans?
OnlyFans.
Now, question: is the spatchcocking removing something? I feel like
you cut the backbone out and you flatten the bird out.
Okay, so he's saying he doesn't want to touch with a spat. Well, I guess if you cut that part out, you wouldn't want to beat it with. I don't know. Really, 13. There you go.
Yeah,
I'm learning so many things. Good? I mean, yeah. Life is life. I live in the wilderness now.
Kitty.
Miss Dudes is planning on how to take over the world, apparently.
$1 million.
Hey, you should have seen my face the other
Bond,
day.
I expect you to die.
I saw the sub count. Last time I saw his sub count, I think it was 700.
Yeah. Yeah, he jumped up there.
Then? God, 700. That was like 2 months ago.
Dude, what were you when we were doing the Volvo thing?
Fuck,
330.
Yeah,
really?
3 something.
No, I was over 500 because I made a post about it before I went there.
There you go.
Oh, I think he understands it, CP.
But how many times did all of us tell you that whenever your shit does hit, it's gonna freaking hit?
Yep.
A lot of people did say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were at the end of the build. People were sitting around watching your videos. So.
I want
oh yeah, that's right. We did do that.
Yeah.
Dudes, get your cat back and do
even then, he was saying the same thing. Whenever they freaking hit, it's gonna hit.
Yeah.
The trick is getting the long form stuff to start to do a thing.
It'll go. You just got with the long form. You had to be patient.
Yeah.
Listen, patience is not a virtue I don't think any of us have.
Yeah, well,
definitely not one of mine.
No.
I ain't gonna lie. No. I learned something on dude's video the other day. He said, "Yep, this low gear. Yeah, it's tricking you."
That video gets so much hate.
With the low gear video.
Your low gear video. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I was like, wow. The more you know.
Knowledge is power.
Oh, there's some. You get some winners. What was the one today? What
go look up the message I sent you.
The guy
was very
like, well, when I do a job, I do it
touche?
start to finish. So, well, good for you, bud. You do it as a job, and I would expect you to do a project start to finish. But everyone else who does it yourself,
well, it makes me think like some people get this assumption that I'm like doing things professionally, like I'm a shop or something, and it's like,
I got one on my build of the Mustang engine the other day. Buddy did like I don't know, $350 worth of tool holes, $1,000 worth of parts, not deburring the piston rings. Something, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned you have to deburr the piston rings, but he still commented on it.
Oh, that's the best one. Yeah, I love it when guys just don't pay enough attention and then want to say some shit, and then when you try to like be like, yeah, it's right here, they just delete the comment.
How about every person that thinks they need to jump in and be like, I almost saw your face right there.
Oh yes.
Okay. Like we're not hiding faces here. Like I don't.
You're not pegged.
Well. That's not true because remember you showed your face one time and everyone was like, what the fuck? He took the video down. They're like, what was the comments were hilarious on that one.
Yeah, they were pretty bad. So actually, I'm Kemstar. I don't know what the hell that guy's name is, but
oh yeah.
Everybody compares me to some other big YouTuber guy, and
no idea who that is, but I know Chris Fix doesn't show his face.
And he's a #1 automotive YouTuber, or he was.
He's technically #2, but he's the #1 single person or whatever. The other one's a corporation.
Oh.
The #1.
Well, make sure you're filming there, brother, because I want to see some of what that tomfuckery looks like.
So Mongrels, how long was it before something went wrong with the Mustang after you guys got back? Because Dan and I just recorded a podcast over the weekend, and we were recapping the Volvo build, and we were talking about it, and I couldn't remember what exactly it was.
It was the rocker stud broke within about, we'll say, 5 miles after we got home. Okay. After he got the car home. So he parked it in his garage. The next day, he went to take his wife out to see the acreage they were building. And he's like, oh, it started making a ticking sound.
Tell him to go down a little to the left. It was better.
It started making a ticking sound on the drive. And yeah, it was literally like 5 miles, not even 5 miles after he got it home. It broke the stud.
And it was a 67, right?
Yeah, it's a 67.
Okay. Yeah, it was funny because we were recording this podcast, and because the last podcast was right before we went to the Volvo build. So here I was trying to record this podcast, and I'm trying to remember all these things about the build, and I'm like, holy crap, it's been a while.
Yeah. Well, it's almost, we're past the half year.
Did she just throw her ball at you?
Yeah.
Wow. Listen, lady, you can't just throw those things away like that. Some of us lost ours.
Did you catch that in the video?
What?
When we were under the car and somebody said something about a nut, and Will goes, is that because Wasted doesn't have one?
Yeah. Those jokes are always just like, okay, way to go with the low-hanging fruit there. Or
it's
only
not low-hanging anymore.
See, exactly. There's jokes they make themselves. It really it's the thing is if you couldn't laugh about that, I just don't know. You know what I mean? Could you imagine being butthurt every time somebody makes a joke about that? Because when I went back to work, everyone was
Hitler.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Well, that was the thing. I went back to work and everyone's like being all like kind of like on eggshells, and then I made the first joke, and they're like, all right, good, all right, cool. You're gonna be cool about it. And then I was like, oh, is that what you were doing? Okay, let me have it. And so they all went around the room with their nut jokes, and then I gave them a real one, and then they laughed real hard, and we kind of went about our business.
Had you not said anything, do you think it would have just been on everybody's mind?
I think it would have. I don't know who would have said something first, but I mean, in those situations, I'm normally the one who says something first anyhow, when I'm on the other side of it.
But you were in the Navy, so you're always talking about cock and balls, right?
Well, normally not together. You know, it's
Okay,
normally and or type of deal. But you know,
Is that because he's a seaman?
semen.
Yeah, I came prepared for the panel today. See,
Oh, look at him go!
Yeah.
you guys
That's
normally
why
give me a hard
Monster didn't want to
time.
show his
Made
face.
sure I
That's
was
it.
showing
He
you
doesn't have a
beard.
beard. Yeah, if you're not bearded up, you can't be part
Bro,
of the
my
panel.
people don't grow beards.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I know you don't have a beard.
I
didn't grow a
feel
beard
like
till I was 26, and
I
even
feel
then,
like
you know,
I've
I had to
seen.
shave
like
it
they
because I was still in the
do.
military, but I
I feel like they
couldn't grow
do.
a beard.
They
Unless I was-
don't.
they do, buddy.
I feel like they do.
Bro, you
What's up,
show me
Renegades?
one. You show me one.
Depends on
Listen,
what tribe you're from.
well,
Sure.
dude always gives me a hard time about my beard and the fact that it is not, I guess, magnificent.
Not
Like,
bearding well.
yeah. Well, so I literally in this video that just came out, that was my first. My son comes over as I'm watching it. And he's like, "How long ago was this video?" I was like, "Ah, that was my beard just starting. This is the same beard."
You saw me in that video, like.
Yeah, that beard is aggressive.
See, dudes is the one
Hair.
I'm used to with different looks. Like when I see Cletus without the beard, I'm not used to it. And then wasted,
What's up, Terry?
I've grown to get used to it.
Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff a lot of footage coming out with the beard. But even going from like the stuff that's hitting right now to now, the beard difference is noticeable.
Yeah. Well, you know, dudes has his beard levels all through it. You know, his go up and down through all his videos. But
Well,
yeah,
now that I know
you know,
dudes can grow a beard in 5 minutes, I can see why.
there you go.
Well, I like doing that in my videos too. Like, there's times where I'll have the full beard, and then nothing, and then a beard again.
Yeah, there you go. Looks like
Just
a
see
freaking
it. No
Unabomber.
comments on it though. I'm kind of surprised.
Monster, how old are you?
I'm old enough.
And he's never told us.
He's in his 20s, but I don't know. Maybe he'll start growing a little bit of beard later or something.
Nah.
Well, I didn't. Oh, Jesus Christ!
yeah, that is
What a
Jesus.
bump.
That is the homeless look that I'm actually
$5?
going
$5?
for. That is the. Well, is this dude crazy? You know.
Yeah, it's one
last
of them
time
kind
you
of
had a
guys,
shower?
especially with his eyebrow raised like that. You start going,
Yeah.
like, yeah, we better get in the car for this guy starts stabbing
Yeah,
people.
this dude is gonna try to wash my windows with pee and a newspaper.
Dudes is just gonna go up to people. Hey, you want to come over? I just want to take some pictures.
Oh,
See, that looks like some sort of weird '80s sitcom dude.
Yeah,
He
well, I
looks
would say like
Wrenches.
Sesame Street.
Mick Foley.
Mick,
Foley.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
How many of these do you have up on there, dudes? I know one you used to go around and just change them all the time.
I have quite a few.
Well, let's see what else. What else? Do we
Dudes with hair.
There's a lot
We
less
got dudes
gray in
without
that
hair.
last
He's
one.
got that one still.
Yeah, that was
He got his
when he
DJ
was
look.
just fermenting.
Just from shit.
Whoa.
There's
Oh,
the
wow.
DJ look right there.
Oh no, that's the back in my DJ days in the early 2000s.
Why do you
He
look
was-
like it? Like you're from India right there, man, or Pakistan or something?
Oh, I'm
No.
calling you because of your car's extended warranty.
No,
and you
he's
can
a
please
he's
call
a
me back.
Backstreet Boy impersonator in this one.
one. Backstreet Boy. Huh? Oh, okay. There's his Henry Rollins face, huh?
Rollins? I was thinking more American History X.
Well, okay. So if you watch Sons of Anarchy, Henry Rollins is the white supremacist on there. But yeah,
Oh yeah. Okay, now I know where you're. Okay, so yes, I do see that now. Too.
What's the name of that character that Billy Bob Thornton plays in that one movie where he's got like a big gum?
Sling Blade.
Yeah, Sling Blade.
you know, Bill Bob
This
Thornton
dude-
from Arkansas.
This dude looks like he should be
That's
wearing
a
a hat and
Super
serving me
Trooper
margaritas.
Nah, that's motherfucking
King of the castle.
Borat.
King of the castle.
yeah, Borat.
Okay, all right, I can see that too.
Very nice.
Super Troopers.
You boys like Mexico?
Take a leap.
Yeah,
of the toe.
exactly.
They're a leader.
What do you mean by that, meow?
This looks like his Tinder profile or Grinder profile. I'm sorry.
Swipe left.
Grinder, this isn't the 80s.
Zach Galifianakis.
Dudes with wrenches here on Grindr.
On Grinder.
Dictator's mustache. Yeah. What with the failed
That's
UFC fight?
Yeah, no, that's you don't talk about Fight Club. picture right there.
Right.
Yeah, because it looks like you're wearing a wife beater.
Totally wearing a wife beater.
Yeah,
Looks like a wife beater.
yeah.
He looked
Yeah,
like
you're gonna
somebody
get this
beat the wife.
wrench.
Like actually,
Yeah.
Look like a
Yeah.
50-year-old man in that picture.
You do look a little old. The widow's peak's peaking pretty hard too. Receding hairline up there, bud. You might want to see a guy.
damn.
He's got a guy, remember?
Oh, he does have a guy for that.
I don't
Yeah,
think
that's
you
right.
can accuse dudes of that. Just honestly, I just
In
don't
that
think-
picture, there, this one I love. This one, especially when it's big. You can totally tell that the neck does not match the skin tone.
It'd be
So
fine.
Is that
That's what
Works
he's
Photoshop?
out
looking at
great
Twitter.
in Teams meetings.
No, he's showing how white he is.
Yeah, no, that's his literal profile picture for any of the meetings he has to go to where you talk.
Oh, I guess is it Photoshop?
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
This gives me like Conor McGregor vibes.
yeah. Well, the beard doesn't fit on the body, so he looks like he's got this big old fucking head. Like it's really close. So if you do this, you're like, oh yeah, totally works in this scenario. But once you put it big and you actually really start looking at it, that's when you would notice. That's his. I'm a professional. And, this is your LinkedIn profile, right?
That's
I
for
just
success, man.
about to get fired
Yeah.
from Twitter. Look,
Oh, dude, you gotta add me on LinkedIn, man.
You gotta add me on LinkedIn.
All right, boys. It's been an hour and a half. I appreciate everyone coming through. Everyone in the chat coming through, doing it like the old days almost. Let's go around the room. Well, dudes with wrenches, we know you're doing shorts and not long form video. You really don't need our thanks for your support, but we don't need you type of thing.
Whoa.
What you got going on over there?
What?
That's dudes with wrenches here. Thanks for your support, but fuck you.
Dudes with subscribers.
Dudes with wrenches here. We're working on an F600 combine/truck soon. Thanks for that.
Are you gonna put that real close and give me the deep announcer?
Talking to it real slow, like, and back to you.
Oh
That
shit!
won't get old.
nice.
I removed Eric and then brought him back. I was trying to make it big. Eric, we're all here because of you. This was your big night tonight. What do you got going on? What's coming up?
Yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in on that video. I enjoyed putting those videos together. It took a ton of hours, and I'm glad they're over with. But glad everybody gave me their content for that. That was fun. So we got a podcast drop in on Friday. We've got another video coming out. We got some coilovers from Max Peating Rods. We did a box opening, unpacking video. We got a Mustang video coming up, and then I will be at PRI for the week, so you'll get blasted with tons of PRI content.
Hell yeah, nothing wrong with that. Cletus, what about you, bro? Are you gonna make some videos one of these days?
Yeah, I've got
nothing,
some videos.
nothing to
I've got
share.
Got some I'm gonna make. I've got some already made. I just I'll have to set a goal and say I will be back on YouTube this day, but I haven't got there yet, so it'll be soon.
Okay, Mongrels. What's up, bro? Oh, I thought you were just sleeping for a second.
Yeah. Oh no, I've just been hanging out with Bryce and doing the trivia, man. That's what I've been doing. You gotta check.
I need
that
to get
out.
over. I gotta get over from one of those this next time.
No, I've been finishing up the 2011 Ram Laramie. Got a few more things to do on it, and then get back on the '69 Mustang Mach 1. So I've just been taking a break from the videos for a little bit, but I'll be starting to get back on them soon.
Hell yeah! And then this guy. What are you doing, Monster? Do you even make videos anymore?
Yeah, I just bought a Chevy 1500 4x4 2000. So I'm
not
getting
letting
that as my
picture
new
big
daily.
anymore. Hell yeah!
And
I was looking at that. I was like, I can't look at that anymore. So put that down.
and I'm still going car hunting. I found a bunch of rides, and yeah, gonna be having some videos come out on the 65 C30, and
What's the other platform you're on?
the other one is called Scout.
Scout?
Yeah,
Scout.
so I've been streaming on there, totally different content, but On there, let me just say,
OnlyFans.
Nah, in 3 months, your boy made 12 grand. So
hey, there you go, man. Looking good.
I was like, yeah, YouTube ain't paying.
Not for that. All right, well, I really appreciate you guys coming on. I want to start doing some more lives, but I don't know. Everyone's schedule starts being a big problem with that. I appreciate everyone in the chat. CP113.
I do have one question before you shut it down, but go ahead.
Renegades, and then we had all of the super chats and everything from everybody. Really appreciate that. Let me get through these guys one time. We got Pat Paulson with the $5 holler. I appreciate it, brother. CP, thanks, man. Like I said, you guys don't need to, but I want to go back and highlight you guys. I really appreciate you donating to the channel. And then Tark for sure. Appreciate it, brother. And Chucka Grills. Cletus, what was your question?
Oh, CP, did you ever get a fireproof jacket?
I'm on fire. God, I can't believe that happened and we caught it on film. But all right, everybody. Hope you have a good one. We'll see you on the next one.
Have a good one. Happy Thanksgiving to